Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Round 7 review after the Carlton Football Club beat down on the West Coast Eagles. 23 goals, 14, 152. 23 goals, 14, 152 to 6 goals, 844 in a complete performance. It's a relief. It's a relief, I must say. This week, this fortnight has been one of real soul searching. I was challenged this week. I was challenged by myself and my mind this week, and really the last few weeks. I don't know, I think it got to me. Clearly. It clearly all got to me. I know it's early in the season, but I had not yet seen anything yet too much that gave me confidence that we were, moving towards that premiership. At the end of the day, this channel, for me, you break it down, it's really simple. I'm documenting every game until we win the premiership from 2018. So to watch disappointing performances to the level that we had displayed at this point in the development of the group, it got to me. It did. And it was really just questioning, all right, are we just going through the motions? Is there a mission? Are they collectively on this mission to win the premiership and get better and develop and become the best versions of themselves? And I definitely got the better of me. So it is what it is. Now, last night was the performance that we've been waiting for a while. Now, there's two sides to this. Now, on the one hand, it's a breakthrough, I think. They've never done that. They've never done that to that level. There was, that killer instinct. There was that relentless pursuit of excellence. There was no let up. And we've come up against teams in a similar or a not dissimilar situation to the Eagles in the past, and we've sort of coasted through, or we've allowed a quarter or two quarters to just coast through without really locking it away. If you look at the same fixture last year, I think we allowed the Eagles to kick 7 goals in the second quarter. So it was just that focus piece hadn't been there. And so, a 108-point victory, there is absolutely nothing to complain about when it comes to that game. On the other end, there's perspective. What does it mean? Obviously the Eagles are struggling, decimated by injury, but at the same time, you've got to go out and do your job. And I thought, oh God, that's that's the most complete performance that we've seen this year, clearly. So happy, at no point during the game last night was I worried, stressed, frustrated, anything. It was peaceful, and that's just not something that we've been able to say for a long time, for many games. So yeah, very thankful, very grateful. At the end of the day, it's just a game. It is just a game. But what makes the club so special is that you have fans that are so passionate and so loyal to the club, and they treat it like more than just a game. It's a unifying community which gives people a sense of belonging. So in that sense, it's more than a game. So yeah, I'm super proud of everything I saw last night. So many storylines. Good luck giving votes out this week. Seriously, good luck giving votes out this week. My player of the game, Charlie kicks 9, So Charlie and Nick Newman, I think, sit at the very top of the player of the game stats, but there's so many players that you can think about when you're giving out your votes. They were my personal favorites. And I guess the most important thing now is what is it going to mean? What does it do? We've got a really challenging part of the fixture coming up, which I'm pumped about, because we'll know it's the test. It's the test. We're well and truly in the season now. We're 7 rounds in. They're completed. We've played some okay football. We've played some good football, and we've played some poor football at times. So I'm curious to see, maybe round 7 was a game where they just needed to see it happen for their confidence more than anything. And I'm careful to think that way, because what does it mean to just gain confidence from a performance and then go into the next week against a good side where you know you're not going to get it as easy as what you had it in round 7. So I'm mindful to not read too much into it, but at the same time, there probably is something to be said for watching their ability to execute like that, and for them to see what can happen and what is possible when they play and they execute the game style the way they did last night. So obviously using the corridor, being brave, being confident. There were still some mistakes, and that's okay. Mistakes will happen, but if they're coming in the pursuit of trying to be bold, then we live with it. And I think round 6 was one where we just weren't bold enough and we weren't brave enough. And then when we did try those kicks, we didn't execute, and that just compounded the lack of confidence and the lack of bravery. So we've still got some work to do there, but hopefully this is a bit of a circuit breaker moving forward. We take that into the Lions Friday night and we start a little something from it. We start a little run. There will be momentum swings throughout the season, but I guess where I'm a little bit at ease is to know that they, for the first time, this is the first time I've seen this group put a team away to that level. Like really have that ruthless edge, which was exactly what we asked for during the week, or exactly what I asked for during the week. So a tick. We tick the box and we move on. I actually took a moment to think about the Eagles, not in a patronizing way, but I took a moment at the end of the game. I was like, fuck, like we genuinely were there. I've been doing these videos since 2018, 100-point losses, going into games where it was like, oh, if only we can just get a good quarter in. So the full circle moment came, and I remember thinking about, oh, one day we'll be doing that to certain teams. So, life comes in circles. It's all one big circle in a cycle. So, my main thing is they looked like they were on a mission. They looked like they were focused for the 4 quarters on the mission to get the job done, and to get the job done in the right way. And that was the most important thing, because this is a group that can be accused at times of just taking the foot off, and they've never been a dominant side, who can put a team away to the level that they did last night. So, look, I'll give him some credit. That was a good performance for them, for the fans, for everyone involved. But it's all about what happens in the next month now, because if we circle back to those bad habits that we've been showing for the next few weeks, then I don't know what this win will mean. But at this point in time, it's a celebration, and we can smile and we can have a little bit of a relieving feeling. There were a lot of fans this week that I spoke to that said, I'm just not feeling it anymore. I don't care. I know fans that didn't watch the first quarter last night because they just got home late. They would usually make sure to be home for the game. So that's dangerous. That's a dangerous place to be in. And the difficult part about this group is they carry the burden. This is a supporter base that's so loyal and so passionate. And unfortunately for these guys who have been in the league for 5 years or less, they carry the burden of a supporter base who's been feeling this frustration for 2+ decades. And that's difficult. But that's also the reality of playing for the great club. And as much as we can try and right the fan base and tell them how they should be behaving and shouldn't be this emotional, well, you can't have the incredible supporter base that's passionate on game day and brings the noise and pays for the memberships. You can't have that without having the emotion when you don't perform. And that's difficult. Running any organization is difficult. I don't even want to start to imagine what it's like to run the Carlton Football Club and to keep everyone at bay. There's so many different stakeholders that need to be kept at bay. You're only a fortnight of poor performances away from a fan base telling you that you need to sack your coach. Like that is how emotional and that's how strong our fan base is. And you love it or you hate it. It doesn't matter. It's what makes us who we are. People fucking care about this club. And that's That's what draws me back in. When you see people that love this so much, and they're willing to just argue with each other and get personal with each other over their football club. Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, a happy supporter this time around. I'm just relieved. It's a relief. I'll be honest, before the game, there was just a little bit of, okay, what if it's just a 10-point win? What if they don't? Because I hadn't seen the Killing Instinct before. So there was a little bit of just pressure. I never thought we'd lose the game, but I did think of what would happen if we lost the game. So that probably goes to show where my mind was at prior to the bounce. But I'm relieved. So yeah, 108-point win, party time at Optus Stadium. Some really good stories, really good storylines. I think the Kemp storyline and the Cincotta storyline is the one that sticks out to me, because I think we found something there for sure. So that's that. We move on and we get on with it. What about you? What did you think of the performance last night? Share with me in the comments below where your mind was at before the game, and if that performance last night gives you any sense of relief. It's going to be a good week of content. I'm really excited for it. So I'll chat to you in the comments. See you throughout the week, and go Blues.